Good morning, everyone. This is Teresa Dunford, and I have a little Halloween project for you today. It's a tea light bag. So we're going to make this little bag right here, and let's just get started. So what you will need first is a piece of cardstock that measures 9 1/4 by 6 inches. You'll also need some kind of Halloween stamp set. I have had this one for years and years and years, and I keep thinking I'm going to just sell it, but I keep coming back to it and using it. So grab a Halloween stamp set, preferably some pumpkins, or you can do whatever you want. Actually, this project's very versatile, and I'm going to use this background stamp from the Stampin' Up! Best Birds. And you can still get this one, I'm pretty sure. Then I have my Altenew Crisp inks. I'll be using Paper Bag, Forest Glades, Orange Cream, Honey Drizzle, and then I have black. And you'll need a scoreboard and how your blocks or whatever you're going to stamp with. So, okay. Oh, and you'll need some double-sided heavy-duty tape. So the first thing you want to do with your 9 1/4 by 6 inch paper is we're going to score it. And we need to score at 3 1/4 inches all the way down. Then 2 1/2 inches, 5 inches, and we're going down all the way down with all of these, 6 3/4, and then you would have 9 1/4 left. So then flip that over and go at 5 inches, and this will be your bottom. Okay. Now we're going to cut our flaps. And if you watched my video on how to make a pizza box, the mini pizza box, you saw how I cut the flaps. So you just kind of go at an angle up to that 1 inch line that we just scored. And that makes a nice little flap there. So go across the bottom and do your flaps. My light is shining just right, so it's hard to see where my score line is. But we'll get it here. I have one more. Okay. Just okay, get those out of the way. All right, now we're going to fold everything. So I'm going to move this over just for a second so I can have this solid desk. And if I had lots of time, I would go through and use my bone folder and give all my edges a nice sharp crease. But to save time on the video, I'm just going to hurry through and fold my score lines. Oh, we should have done that first. It might have been a little easier, but it works either way. Just fold up your flaps too. Okay. At this point, I am not going to tape it shut yet. I just want to make sure that all my cuts or all my score lines are in the right place. And when I fold it, it's going to be even on all sides. So there we go. That looks pretty good. Okay. Now, if you want to, you can mark your front and your back. So this is going to be my back where it's going to be taped together. So I'm just going to put a little B there for back, and then put F here for the front. Or, you just, the front's in the middle and the back is on the end. So either way. Okay. Now we're ready for stamping. So let's grab an acrylic block. I'm going to take my large pumpkin first. And here I'm going to show you a little trick. Let's get this back in the picture so you can see what I'm designing here. So let's ink up this pumpkin with, I'm using the orange cream. And I want some shading around him. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of shading. So I'm going to take my paper bag and just pounce around the edges. And that will give it some shading. So, okay, and we'll put him on our front. And I'm using this side of my mat because it's cushiony and it'll give me a better impression. So if you have something that's kind of cushiony to stamp on, see how that is shaded around there? Very nice. Okay, let's take and do our other pumpkin the exact same way. We'll ink him up again with the orange cream. You notice I'm inking this way, my stamp, and that I do it both ways, but if you do that, you're less likely to get ink on your block and smear it on your paper. So it just depends. Sometimes I do it this way, sometimes I do it the other way. But this is the best way because then you don't get those smear lines that I get a lot. Okay, we did the same thing to him. We shaded him with the paper bag again and stamping him on the back. Very good. All right, now let's do our stem. Whoops. Oh, you know what? For some reason, I have started dropping something in every video. Have you noticed that? I call it drop-itis because I'm always dropping things. Okay, so I'm just going to take my paper bag, ink that up real quick, and stamp his stem on there. You can see I'm just eyeballing it. Okay. Next, let's do these little stars. We'll do the little stars real quick, and I'm doing them in the honey drizzle. I'm going to put 3 stars, and I'm just doing them in a little triangle design. Okay, now we have our stars. Now let's do the leaf. Let's show you another trick with the leaf. I'm going to get my scrap paper here. So we're going to use it some more in a minute. I'm going to take my Forest Glades, and first I'm going to ink it. See, I'm doing it upside down. Okay, and I'm going to stamp that off, and then I'm going to do what they call a rolling technique, and you just roll your edges. Okay, and I gotta turn around this way. This is going to be interesting. Okay, I don't know if you can really see, but it's kind of shaded around the edges. So let's do that again on the other one. Ink it up, kind of stamp it off, and then roll the edges. And this one I'm going to stamp on the bottom. Okay, so there, this is, you can see a little better, but it's kind of shaded around the edges. All right, now we're ready to do the faces. So grab the black ink and let's do this one first. And if you stamp it kind of off center a little bit, it looks like he's looking sideways. See? Can you tell that it looks like he's looking sideways? That is so cool. I just discovered that myself when I was using these one time. This one I'm going to stamp in the center so he's looking at us, but that one I thought looked cute, looking sideways. Okay, there's our pumpkins. Now we're going to do this background. You can see there's kind of a pattern for the background. And my stamp isn't big enough to cover the whole background. So what you do is just kind of stamp randomly. And I'm using the orange, well, let's use the brown bag for this. There's quite a bit of orange in there already, so let's do brown bag. So you just start stamping kind of random and just whatever looks good to you. It's how you like. This is the orange. Yeah, paper bag. I was wondering there for a minute. It's kind of bright still. Okay, your flaps doesn't really matter because most of them are going to be hidden. This big one you'll see, and this big one right here. So if you want to cover those up, that's up to you. All right, over here I'm just cleaning off my stamp like I always do. All right, and then we're going to put it together, and I have one more technique to show you. So you're going to need your stick double-sided tape. You'll need it on this 3/4 inch piece. And then you're going to fold all these sides in, and you'll take your big flap here and put a piece on that, on the back flap. Okay, so let's do that. I have some double-sided tape here. I can find my end. There it is. Okay. I'm just going down to the 1 inch line. I'm not going all the way to the bottom, just to that 1 inch score line. And it was this piece you want to do on the inside. I mean, tape, you can put more tape, but this is really the only places you need it. Okay, so let's take off the covering. Oh, this is helpful if you have fingernails to get that off there with. Okay, now we want the easiest way to do this is just to fold it, kind of fold it down and match it up right along your score line. Okay, and then fold it in again like I showed you. Match up that bottom right there, and then take your bone folder on the inside and just kind of rub it so it sticks. Okay, there you have your box put together. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you is how to do shading around your edges. So I've showed you these sponges before in another video. You just take one of your sponges, and let me get this down here so you can see what I'm doing. Just ink it up with your ink pad. I'm using brown bag again. And then you're just going to go along and rub it on all the sides, and you will get that nice little shading like we have on here. You can rub as little or as much as you want. I'm just going to do one side and then I'll finish the rest of mine later. But you would just go around and do all the edges. So I'd come around and do all these and down at the bottom and do the whole, I'll do all the edges. So there is our little tea bag. Just put your candle in there and you're good to go. So thank you for watching today. I have a question for you, so leave your comments down below. I always have a fingernail polish on, and so I would just like you to tell me which color of nail polish you like the best. It's just a fun little game. Okay, thanks for watching and have a good day. And I hope your project comes out for you. Bye.